Jai Hind. My name is Vikash. I'm an assistant professor in Department of Computer Science and Engineering. The topic on which that I will be discussing or presenting my this presentations is interclouds are there. It's a topic of the fourth unit in the cloud computing for the seventh semester students are there. In this, I will be discussing what is interclouds are there. There are what is the definition is there, why it is being needed, what are the resources that has to be managed by the intercloud. Then there is an intercloud exchange are being used, where the different cloud services can interact with each others, or send or receive the data between these clouds are there. So in recent times, the cloud computing has surfaced as a novel architecture framework for the specific type of data centers or frequency for the clusters of data centers are there. The services providers who offer the social networking, search, email applications have to be the forefront of the developing of these features for their own applications are there. In the recent times, the your various companies increasing or broadening the services or range of services with the help of the cloud services are there. They use the virtual machines, and they can increase or decrease their storage, and they can have the different high throughput capability systems are there. So it is necessary for a cloud instances, or you can say cloud services providers, or you can say cloud instances to be interact with others are there. So in order to facilitate those interactions, interoperability transactions, it is necessary for one cloud to locate one or more other cloud that are prepared or willingly or capable of participation are there. So additionally, these clouds should be capable of exchanging any subscriptions or usage informations that may have been required prior to the transitions are there. So the interclouds can have the one-to-one, one-to-many, many-to-many interaction, or you can say message transfer between the different cloud users are there, or you can say the different clouds are there. So what is definitions is there here? We have a different. So we have a different cloud services providers are there, and these are the different data centers are there. They are being interacting with each other are there. And terms or definitions, we, various terminologies are being used. We use the interclouds, we use the multi clouds, we use the federated clouds are there. If we say in these terms, we come to the conclusion that there are different cloud services providers are there, or you can say cloud A, cloud B's are there. They can interact with each others are there. Depending upon the kind of services are being provided, we can say it is a interclouds, multi clouds, or federated clouds are there. Moreover, the thing is they use the private network, private clouds, hybrid cloud, public cloud, community clouds are there. So as the definition says, with respect to interclouds, is a network of interconnected clouds, including private, public, and hybrid clouds are there. It allow a cloud to take advantage of all the pre-existing resources available with the other cloud providers are there. As why it is being needed, we as a let's suppose cloud A services provider don't have the infinite resources are there, so they can use the services of the other cloud services providers are there. So for that, the broker has to be needed, where they can provide an SLAs between these two, and they can provide the services are there. Okay, so interclouds allow the user to connect to multiple cloud networks, allowing them to share the certain files and information in real time are there. Okay, let's suppose we are using the private clouds are there, and we want to protect our data are there. For that, in this case, company are using private clouds are there. Now if they want to interact with these others clouds, so they can go for the public cloud in order to have the interactions between the cloud A and cloud B are there. So intercloud platforms, or you can say platforms, often provide a pay per use services flexibility, which allow them to manage cost effectively. Intercloud also offers the portability, which makes the data migration simple as dragging and dropping from one cloud to the other cloud providers are there. So intercloud is different from the multi-clouds. A company with the multiples applications, one running on one cloud and another running on the different clouds, can be described as multi-clouds are there. However, only companies that are running a single application across the multiple clouds, then that can be described as an interclouds are there. So in these examples, we say this is the X company is there. They are using the this cloud A and cloud B's are there, and their applications are being running here are there. Their applications are also being running are there. So you can say here the data storage can be done here, or here we have an implementation, or you can say the executions of that applications are there. Okay, execution can be done are there. So that is an interclouds are there. So the definitions have been defined by the in 2008 by the Cisco. They give the notion of the intercloud as a research project, which was later refined by the IEEE, Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers are there. Most intercloud solutions have the pay per use prime services flexibility, allow cloud client to effectively manage their expenses are there. So what are the benefits of the interclouds? Intercloud systems enables organizations to take complete control of their applications on the cloud and uses corporate data anywhere and at any time are there. So it offers seamless connectivities and the address the common organization issues like security, performance, and flexibilities are there, as well as the privacy is there. So extension is beneficial for the company that deliver cloud services to the multiple users across the globes are there. So in order to provide that, we have to manage our resources are there. In order to do it, large enterprises are increasingly turning to the cloud for their primary storage, data storage are there. A minor outage or error can be result in the insignificant financial losses and inconvenient for the business are there. So specific numbers are responsible for designing and managing and maintaining a cloud computing services, ensures that everything runs well without any difficulties, and if there is any issues arises, that can be resolved as soon as possible are there. Or you can say within the time limits, or you can instantly they can resolve those issues are there. For that, they generally what they do, let's suppose the term resilience is there. If one server is being down, as the replications are being done by the cloud services providers are there at periodically, and they generally perform the 3 replications of let's suppose X cloud services data centers are there, and 1 is for the main use and 2 for the backups are there. If the one service is been down, then automatically the replicated server, or we can say virtual machines, can be used for the providing the services to the users are there. So the various resources has to be used, or they need to manage by the these cloud services providers are there: computing, storage, network, and energy resources are there. These are the important points, or you can say things that has to be used in the interclouds. Computing, it means what kind of throughput systems that they are providing to the consumers are there, users are there. Are they highly throughputs are there? It means within a they can able to execute the various requests from the users at the same time are there. Storage, again, depending upon the user's requirement, storage can be increased or decreased are there. Networking is being so resources are being used, but that is depending upon the internet service providers are there. And the another thing is energy resources are there, because green energies are being used in the cloud services are there. If let's suppose if we have a standalone servers are there, we are providing one server for the let's suppose email server is there. One is for the running the applications is there. One is server for the storage are there. But with the help of the virtual machines, we can have the all three can be used in or you can create or deployed in one systems are there, in one machines are there, with the help of the virtual machines are there. So resource management is a process of allocating computing, storage, networking, and energy resources are there with the two group of application in order to match the infrastructures providers and the cloud user performance goals that has to be meet there are there. So intercloud resource management is here. Intercloud means cloud of cloud, refer to a theoretical models for the cloud computing services are there. Here we can combine many different individual clouds into one seamless mass in terms of on-demand operations are there. We can have simply make the cloud could use the resources beyond its reach are there. It means they can, as I already told you, the cloud service provider don't have the infinite resources. They have finite resources, and if the resources are being exhausted, they and requests are coming up, they can have the resources from the other clouds are there. So by using the in order to access those, they can take the advantage of pre-existing contract with the other cloud providers are there. So each single cloud does not have infinite physical resources, and because geographical footprints again are there. It's not necessary that the X company is having the footfall, or they have the footprint across the different geographical locations are there. They can provide the services by using the different cloud services providers are there. With the upload, we can say we can use the intercloud, multi-cloud, or federated clouds are there. Single cloud, as service provider don't have the finite resources, infinite resources. So single cloud cannot always fulfill the request or the provide the required services are there. When two or more clouds have to communicate with each other, another intermediary comes into play and federate the resources of the two or more clouds are there. So that intermediary is called cloud brokers are there, or we can simply say brokers are there. Here the exchange has to be happens between the different service providers are there. One group is Melbourne Group has defined the overall the scenario or architectures, or you can say scenario in which how these intercloud management information can be exchanged are there. For that, global exchange has to be provided. Cloud infrastructure provider, that is your infrastructure services, have the established data center in multiple geographical locations to provide the redundancy and ensure the reliability in case of any sites are being failed. Cloud provider does not provide automatic mechanism for scaling its hosted services across the multiple geographical locations. Distributed data centers are there. So this is the shortcoming of it. So first of all, it's difficult for the cloud consumer to determine the advanced, the best locations for hosting their services are there. So user don't know what kind of services where they have to use it, host their services are there. Second is SAS providers may not be able to meet the quality of services expectations of the services consumer originated from the multiple geographical locations are there. So this figure of the high level computations are being defined in Melbourne Group proposed for Intercloud architectures are there. This is the your global exchange, cloud exchange are there. Here we have an IT consumers are being here in this case. They are using the compute cloud, storage cloud. Again, this is the one cloud services are being there. This is the another cloud services providers are there. Now they here this is the broker which act as an intermediaries between the this one and this ones are there. Okay, so let's suppose this is the IT companies are there. They are using the cloud services are there. Now, as we already told you, one services providers don't have the infinite resources. So generally, in terms of cloud computing, what these IT companies they do, they go for the broker and ask them to provide the different solutions for their own requirement or their companies are there. So they define whether where we have to store the data, what kind of capacity that has to be needed, that they define it to the brokers are there. Now they will create an SLAs between the broker and the your IT customers are there. Then these brokers have the SLAs between these service provider and these service providers are there. So depending upon the requirement, they can access the resources either from this, or they can access the resources from this one also, and they can access the resources from this one also. Okay, so here this is the scenario in which they can have the interactions between the different clouds are there. So they whatever the SLAs are being done, first they need to negotiate that SLAs are there. So they send the kind of request capacity, as I told you, to this broker one, and they can also go for this brokers are there, and numbers of brokers are there where they can interact with the different brokers, and these brokers create an SLAs depending upon their needs. They go to these companies are there, and these companies cloud service providers are there, where they again have the SLAs between these service providers. Depending upon this, that they will again agreed services. They create an SLAs with the IT company, and they provide the resources are there, services to them are there. So it is not possible for the cloud infrastructure to provide the established data center all possible locations. So this will result in the quality of services which is being expected by the consumers are there. As the services of multiple cloud infrastructure service providers are being used, cloud coordinators evaluate the available resources are there. These are the brokers. They let's suppose the ability of banking system ensures that the financial transaction related to SLAs are being carried out in securely are there. So by realizing the intercloud architecture principles and their mechanism in their offer, cloud providers will able to dynamically expand or resize their provisioning services to the if there are sudden spikes or increase in the workload depending upon the demands of the users are there, and as per their SLAs are there, if the users demands automatically increases, then they automatically increase the resources for that users that companies are there, and they can increase the capabilities using the resources of the different services providers are there. It doesn't mean they will increase the resources from the one service provider. They can have the multiples service providers which help them to increase their resources are there. So generally, these resources are done by the utility-driven federation of clouds are there, where we have an application scheduling, resource allocation, migration of the workloads can be done. The architecture coarsely, this Melbourne architecture coarsely couples the administration and topology, distributed storage, and compute the capabilities of the cloud as a part of the single resources, leasing the abstractions are there. User don't need bother about what kind of services from where they are getting these resources are there. They just need the resources. That has to be done by the broker. The system will ease the cross-domain capability integrations for on demands, flexible, energy efficient, reliable access to infrastructure and virtualized technologies are there. Cloud Exchange acts as a market maker to bring the together services to the consumers and the producers are there. It aggregates the infrastructures demand from the applications brokers and evaluate their against the available supply and demands, or you can say whatever the published by the cloud coordinators are there. These cloud exchanges support the trading of the cloud services based on the competitive economic models such as commodity markets and the auctions are there. This cloud exchange allows the participant to locate locate the providers and consumer with the fitting offers. Thank you.